what's going on?
It's the new movement. DJ Drewski, Los Gunna, Red Star OG in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, my brother?
Thank you for inviting me to your 4-year anniversary. We just did that in the Bronx like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now, for people that don't know, you were celebrating your birthday and Red Star OG.
Yes, definitely. I was celebrating my birthday, and I'm also celebrating the 4-year anniversary for our brand. We definitely been in motion for a while already. We in East Coast and we in the West Coast, and we pretty much out here building one of the biggest brands in New York City.
Now, when you say brands, what's the proper way? Is it a cannabis? How do you say it? Because I don't know what is legal, what's not legal. What is Red Star OG?
Red Star OG is a cannabis brand.
Got it.
We're a cannabis brand. We're in the 420 industry all around. So we in the grows, we in labs, we in distribution, we in dispensaries, and we also help build out brands. And we help with also with schooling and education in the cannabis industry.
Oh, so it goes deep.
Yeah, it goes real deep.
It's just not, pull up to this barbershop and we going, no, it's a...
Nah, it's a movement. It's a movement. We got investors right now. We're helping the minorities get into the industry. And our whole movement is based on helping minorities get into the cannabis industry before it's too late.
That's definitely a different approach than you see a lot of other people take. But what started first for you? Was it the music or was it this industry?
It was this industry. I've been in this industry my whole life. And I always been a big fan of hip hop. I'm from the South Bronx, so I always been in tune with the music.
Right.
And when I built the brand out, I knew that I had to put myself in a bigger platform to get the brand out there. So that's when I started using the music as another tool in my toolbox to keep pushing the brand forward.
And when you started it, you did it on your own, because you see a lot of different brands that are like under a bigger brand.
Yes.
So Red Star OG is not under.
Nah, we're not under nobody. We got our own stamp. We from the South Bronx. We stamp ourselves. We've been doing this since we was kids. I actually started Red Star OG in the block as a kid in the 90s, stamping my bags as a kid, so nobody had that same stamp. So this don't got nothing to do with like no gang stuff. Nothing's affiliated. All this is as a kid, we stamped our bags to separate us from the competition. And when the brand started popping up in the late 2000s,
right,
that's when I said, you know what, I'm gonna bring Red Star back out, but I'm gonna bring Red Star OG out because I'm the OG, been doing this forever. And I also had a strain at the time that was an OG coming from LA from one of my homies.
So that's how Red Star OG.
That's how it built out the whole platform. Yes.
When that whole like, weed is legal in New York, and were you excited? Was it a different type of excitement? Even though you've been doing it since the 90s. I feel like it's a little different. You can move a little more relaxed now than back then.
Yeah, honestly, I was like both. I was like happy that it was going legal, and then it was also the end of the outlaw days with it. So it was like a double standard, but I'm looking forward to the whole legalization fully federally because it's gonna be a big movement for minorities, similar to like hip hop in the 80s when it first started.
Right.
And even to this day, hip hop gives a lot of platforms for young kids to become millionaires.
Right.
And in this industry is going to be the same thing. And right now it's at its infancy stage. So we can really turn up as an association together, helping each other build together.
And what I do feel is that sort of like the NBA and the NFL and hip hop go together. For some reason, the cannabis market, the cannabis industry, and hip hop goes together very well, right?
Yes, sir.
You always see like whether it's artists, they get their own strand, or artists promoting a certain strand, and it fits right.
Yes. It goes hand in hand. Everybody's in the studio smoking. It's part of the culture. Always been part of the culture. Anybody that's in the smoke that smokes,
right?
They get creative in the studio. So it's definitely something that people been involved with from beginning of this music stuff.
Now, were you high when you decided I'm gonna be a rapper? Were you smoking that Red Star OG?
That's a big
when
fact.
It hit you like, you know what? Those gonna start rapping.
That's a big fact. I was high all the time on Red Star gas all day.
So listen, if you feel like you want to do music, if you smoke some of this Red Star OG, you might just get the energy to go and do it and follow your dream.
That's a big fact. Very, very, very creative on the energy levels, especially with some of these hybrids we got. They definitely get you to the right vibes.
So let's talk about when the music career started.
Yes.
Because you said you was working with Reef, right? 80 Reef?
Yes, 80 Reef's my brother. I was working with him. He was the first artist I ever did a track with. He put me on, showed me how to work in the studios. And then from there, I just like didn't really keep pushing it. And then this year, I was like, you know what? Let me take it more serious. And then that's when my brother Sheik Luz, D-Block, came through and showed me love. He put me on a song with him. And that's when I started really seeing some traction. And the
Right.
blessing behind it was that I dropped the track right after the verses, not even knowing nothing about that. None of that was planned. It just happened by coincidence. And that was a big blessing because it just hit that
The timing was
algorithm
perfect.
with their stuff. And it just went crazy. So that put me in a stupid position. So I thank him all the time for that. Lose you, my brother. I love you.
Because I was going to ask you that. Because if you haven't heard yet, we're going to play that in a few. Sheek Louch, Los Gunna. But I was like, yo, he got a record with Sheek Louch. He got a record with Jim Jones that's not even out yet. But the timing of these records was just like, was he holding on to these and waiting to? Did he know the verses was coming and they was about to go crazy? So the Sheek, you had a relationship with Sheek?
Yeah, I had a
before doing
prior.
music.
Yes, prior. Yeah, me and his homies from the gym. We were on a gym life.
Oh, getting it in.
Yeah.
So when you came to him like, yo, I got a record I want you to get on. Did he look at you like, really, Los?
Nah,
what was his reaction?
He supported it because he already knew about the movement. You know what I'm saying? He'd been to the event before. He seen what I was doing. He knows I'm trying to push the brand forward. And he say, look, I'll do whatever you need me to do to help you get that brand up there. So he just showed mad love. You know what I'm saying?
It was like, all right, cool, whatever you need.
Yeah, it was one of those vibes. You know, gym working out. Yo, what up, Luch? I need you to do me a favor. And he was like, I got you.
Sheek is definitely that type of person.
If anything, he was on me to go harder. Like I was like playing games with giving him the verse, and you know, like, it's new to me. I'm still doing other stuff.
Right.
He was like, "Yo, Los, I need that verse. Yo, Los, you gotta go to the studio, lock that in. Come on, stop playing with me." So he put the pressure on me to go hard. And then when he sent me the hook and the verse, I said, "Wow, he went crazy." So that's when I knew I had to go crazy too.
Cause that's one thing I paid attention to. I said, yo, Sheek not only did the verse, but he's on the hook going shouting Red Star OG. That's like the part I told you. I said, yo, this is like a commercial for Red Star OG. And you were like, yo, that's the whole formula of really why I'm doing music.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right? Because some people do it for the clout. Some people do it to be flashy. You're like, nah, I'm using this as a commercial to promote my other business.
Exactly, yes.
So every record, if people tune into Los Gunna record, is there going to be a guaranteed Red Star OG mention in the song?
Yeah, you're going to hear Red Star OG getting dropped. You're either going to hear Red Star OG, somebody saying an ad-lib or a verse. They're going to mention it in the song, intro, outro. Or if not, I'm going to put the beat. It's going to be right on the beat.
Right.
Because I'm behind all these beats too. So you're going to hear that stamp get thrown around everywhere.
Those Gunna's not playing. Red Star OG, the new movement, DJ Drewski. Now, the record with Sheek is out. Video is out. Shout out to Sheek. He pulled up to the anniversary, to the birthday party. But then I see Jim in the building, Jim Jones. Shout out to Capo. How that relationship happened?
That came through Steph Lover. Shout out to Steph Lover. She came through, and she also been helping me out with we're gonna do a big event, me and her, and we stood in touch. And then she was like, "Yo, I could get you whatever you need." And
right.
I always wanted to do something with Jim. Jim is one of my favorite rappers of childhood growing up. You know what I'm saying? Look up to him crazy.
You in the Bronx, he's in Harlem. Exactly. Y'all neighbors right there.
Big neighbors. Dipset and Locks, my favorite groups as kids growing up. G Unit also. So me be able to do something with childhood legends that I looked up to was like a blessing. So like that's how I looked at it. I said, if I'm gonna do music, let me do with people I look up to and people who could help push the brand forward. You know what I'm saying? Jim is a smoker. Jim knows what it's about. So he definitely showed mad love. You know what I'm saying? He came to my studio that I just built out in the Bronx that was on some like just pretty much just built for me. He didn't give a fuck. He pulled up, let's do it, my nigga. So I fuck with Jim. That's home team.
Did he spark up some Red Star OG?
We got fucked up.
Jim is like a low key like a critic when it comes to weeds. Like I see him, I've been around him. He's like, this ain't it. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or this is hitting. So you did give him some Red Star.
Yeah, me and Jim got smacked. He already know the vibes. We got smashed in the studio.
So Jim Jones, Sheek Louch. Is there a Los Gunna project happening, like a Red Star OG mixtape? What? Because I feel like now you in the groove of things. I feel like, okay, Los is in his bag right now. He's outside. He's gearing up to drop something. So what's happening as far as the music?
Yeah, so right now I got together with my man Joe So. Shout out to Joe So. We working on actually doing a mixtape. And we're trying to bring all the young boys out. You know what I'm saying? So you seen in my event, I had
shout out to D-Thing.
Shout out to D-Thing. I had D-Thing pull up. I had Face pull up. I had Bando pull up. Right now we working on getting a mixtape with all the young boys that's popping to help push the brand forward, but also help them with their promotion, marketing on the back end with their business. Help them get into the cannabis industry. Also do collabs with them with the strain drops.
Smart.
So I got a song with Ether also. Shout out to Ether.
He performed at the event.
He also came at the event, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother. He came through. Shout out to VI. He's the one that put all that together. I got a song right now with Whispers. Me and Tony Moxberg is working on something. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm trying to bring out all the people right now who are helping supporting me and also supporting the brand and just keep building with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I love the fact that it's not just a one-sided thing. Like, yo, let's do music. That's it. Thank you. It's like, nah, let's help each other.
Exactly.
You do what you're great at, and that's, this business, and you're bringing them into your world, and they jumping, you jumping into that hip hop world, and everyone's pretty much growing together.
Exactly.
What is your, being the OG, right? Red Star OG in the Bronx? How do you feel about like the young boys that you mentioned when you hear them beefing and hurting each other? Like, what's your thought about that?
I talk to them. I tell them, yo, try to stay away from that. Keep that bag safe. Just worry about building the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to keep that like as sacred as possible when I'm around them, like at least drop some jewels on them, because I know some of these young boys don't got no real OGs that holding them down.
Right.
And the ones that they do got hold them down, got them doing stupid shit still. So like I try to tell them all the time, like, yo, try to keep your group tight. You know what I'm saying? Like keep these people safe. There's the ones that's about to blow. You know what I'm saying? But all that beef shit, I'm not really too big on that. Like I'm a businessman, so like any type of beef or any situation I ever got into, I know how to talk myself out of it because of the fact that it's all business. You know what I'm saying? I'm never crossing no lines with people. So some of these beefs with these young kids, they really young. So like they still real emotional inside. It's hard for them to sit down and talk. Egos involved. So like, you know what I'm saying? I be just trying to just drop jewels. Little by little, some of them get it, and so a lot of them actually do want out, but they just stuck in that reality right now.
Right.
So as long as they keep pushing, they'll be good. But I do tell them, especially that new drill scene popping up.
Exactly.
I don't want them shit to end up like on some Chicago shit where them niggas is getting crazy, locked up, indictment, start hitting all types of shit, because that's right around the corner.
No, it's already starting. Like, you see it, like, you know what I'm saying? The young boys every couple months getting locked up or somebody getting hit. It's like, it's already starting. So I feel like certain people, especially from the town, if you have a voice or if you have a platform or a relationship, you got to start trying to dead it as much as we could.
That's a big fact. At the same time, we all came from the same source, so we all got to help build each other out of this situation. And you know what I'm saying? We all in the minorities, on all these bad environments in these hoods.
Right.
So some of them actually build a platform by themselves, but the people around them don't know how to secure them properly.
Right.
So this is where, they just need guidance. So whenever I'm around them, I'm always dropping jewels. You know what I'm saying? And we smoking some gas at the same time.
Which is even better. It makes the situation a lot more fun when you can listen and you're really paying attention. Now speaking of the gas, right, for people, that maybe just smokers that are not really into the business, it's not as easy as it looks. Because I even said, who designs, the bags? Because if you look, it's different designs. You're like, I got different designers I work with. We work with different people. So it's not just some simple, like, I got the weed, I'm bagging it up, we selling it, like back in the day.
Nah, them days is over.
It's a full, like, production going on down to different lines. Because you say, we got a whole, like, because it's Red Star OG, we're taking all, like, original gangsters that Lucky Luciano. Yes. I forgot who was on those.
We got the Lucky Luciano, we got the Pablo Escobar joint, and we got the Chapo joint right now. And we're about to drop the Griselda Blanco joint. So
this is a whole line from Red Star OG.
Yes, it's the gangster lineup. It's for all the gangster OG smokers who really want to smoke that gas, that piff, that sour, that real OG that everybody be looking for in the hood. And another thing too, for y'all young boys.
Yes, go ahead, break it down.
Y'all keep calling all this block work. My nigga, block work is $5,000, $6,000 a pound and up. And that shit is za. In the heights back in the days in 2002, you still gonna pay that ticket. When y'all talk about block work, $1,500, $2,000, that's not block work. Not the original definition of it. Y'all could tweak the definition, but the real block work is the za. And if you was back in the days in the heights and you went up there to cop packs back in the days, they won't sell you what was in the bag. That's why you went up there and you say, yo, give me the block work. Because you don't want that other shit. But niggas don't know that if you wasn't around in them times. But that's where the real definition come from. You needed the work they had on them bags in their block, because their block was booming.
Got it. There's some history for you. You know what else is going on, I feel like, in the Bronx? They be selling the bags, empty bags, but just be putting, like, the stamps on it.
Yeah. That
Have you seen anyone jack Red Star OG bags yet?
I had people come try to buy them off of us, and I had people buy bags, like buy apes off of us and then repackage it with their own shit, whatever. But like I tell people all the time, don't do that. Don't take a Red Star bag. Don't go take a cookies bag. Because at the end of the day, people know that shit ain't what it is, especially when you don't put that right quality in there. So I don't recommend that unless you're really gonna take that and put what it really belongs in there, which a lot of people are not gonna.
They're not doing that.
Nah, they not.
They'll take the bag and then put some trash in it.
Yeah.
And then try to go run around and pass it off.
And that's violation. You know, a lot of people get violated for doing stuff like that. That's copyright infringement and shit. You know, trademarks and stuff. You can't run around with other people's brands.
I feel like that's going on a lot. Stop jacking the bags, and because they be selling them in the store like just empty bags.
Yeah. That's like that's a new wave right now. You know what I'm saying? I tell all the young people, if you're gonna do that, just start your own brand and build it up. Even if nobody wants it at first, just keep pushing it, because eventually, if you put in the right product in there, people are gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Red Star being his own grow, if somebody wanted to start their own strand under Red Star, are you open to that? How does that go? How
yes. So the way that works is we could have a meeting, sit down. I got a website called emeraldessentialsnyc.com.
Okay.
And in that website, you could join and learn how to grow and extract. We got videos on that. You can't find these videos on YouTube because they're not teaching nobody how to extract on YouTube. When it comes to that, we could have a meeting. You could book me for a consultation, and we could talk about your own strain. If you want to become a brand, if you need any type of consultation, you want room designs, grow build out. When it comes to the actual strain, I will get some genetics and show you them. Basically, these strains don't have like no names on them, and if you like these genetics, we start from there basically, and that's how you get your own strain.
And then they get their own strain.
Yeah.
So it won't even smell, taste, nothing like what's in here.
No.
They'll have their own.
It'll be catered just to them, yes, and we'll have a particular farmer that will cater just to their specific situation.
Right. Now that's part of the cannabis side. Now, if there's an artist, is Red Star OG signing these young boys? Is there a whole separate business for the music?
Right now, we working on that right now. Me and Joe working on scene. We working with different artists to see who we feeling and who could help push the brand. A lot of these young boys right now doing music that might not resonate with what we doing right now.
Got it.
Like, but you know what I'm saying? When I say that, I just mean the drill shit. Like,
that's not.
We more on some business shit, you know. So we looking for maybe like a young New York rapper that's about the weed life. So if you're hearing this and you about that life and you got a buzz and you popping, come to my shop, hit me up on the gram, RedStarGNYC or Los Gunna _, and let's do business. That's what I'm about, doing business. So this platform I'm building is to help people build their platform basically.
So if it makes sense for which, the road that you guys are on, you're open to it.
All day open to do business with anybody who want to do good, clean business.
Red Star OG in the building, Los Gunna.
Yes, sir.
The PAX is out. The whole old school OG gangster line is out. What else do we have here? Because we have, I don't even know what this is.
Right now, there's a cigarette box, a 5, straight za in there. Red Star OG
it's
gas.
like pre-rolled.
Yeah, already pre-rolled up for you. Raw papers, natural papers. We also got our own paper line too that we just dropped. The Red Star OG paper line. I brought some too. I left some for you over there.
So we got the roll-ups. We got straight. So what's in here? This is purple champagne.
Some purple champagne, fire. Instead of popping a rosé, you can just get a bottle of purple. I mean, you can just get a purple champagne Afy for your wifey. She probably gonna love it more than a bottle.
Right. Oh, we got the whole Red Star OG.
Yeah, I got some papers.
Pack.
Shit. Yeah, we just got the custom papers done and stuff.
Yo, it's a lot that goes into it, Los. It's not. It's not as easy as people may think. Even the merch. You got your own merch.
That's the own merch.
The shirt you got on is your merch.
That's how we started too. Everything was just promoting the brand through the clothing, pushing the clothing.
Right.
Like, when I do my big events, they're always free, regardless of how I play. I got artists, I got just vendors. So everything I do is for my community. So most of my clothing, and everybody know me, I just be giving that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you home team, I stay giving out to the people who could push the brand forward.
Right.
When people come to my shops, they're more than welcome to grab a shirt to go push the brand forward. Got people all the time wanting to rock the brand. Here, take it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just get the brand out there.
Now, what is your word to? There's probably some old school people, right? They're like, oh, this is great what he's doing, but he's promoting marijuana, right? There's probably still people that think like that. What is your message to them? Like, that is not a negative thing anymore. It's not looked at as a negative thing. Like, the whole goal is to empower the community, not hurt it.
I look at it like this. Like right now, I came with the Lucky Luciano shirt. Lucky Luciano was around Prohibition in the 1920s, and that was alcohol. And now we're in the Prohibition of marijuana about to come to an end. So a lot of y'all old people don't have no problem having a drink or two.
Right.
Well, this is the new Prohibition, and it's about to come to an end. So this is why the marijuana right now is the new boom in the financial industry. So if you're a businessman and you're an older person, and you feel that you want to make money off of this, it's possible. And if you still have that old stigma where you want to stay away from that taboo, then it's also cool too. But what I've been realizing from my research and data is that the older people are actually intrigued by this, and a lot of people who are in different fields and businesses, when they find out what I do for a living, they actually intrigued and they trying to figure out how to get into it.
Right.
So I actually see a lot of people jumping in right now from different industries.
Listen, that was the smoothest answer to that question. We ain't even rehearsed this. He already had it ready to go. Cause do you feel like that sometimes people still look at it like a drug dealer mentality? Like, because that answer right there was super smooth. Like, you had the answer ready.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't no more because I've been out west for so long. It's just a business now.
Right.
It's straight business.
You understand it
for
what it is.
I'm on a different level with it. It's like this is just straight business. Right now, it's like literally you could get if you build your brand out right, you can start distribution deals with distributors. You could get your product in legal dispensaries in California right now. All you gotta do over there is show face and show people you're really serious about what you're doing. So like, it's something that's built out right now that's at its infancy stage. And like I keep saying, if you get into it, it's similar to when people be like, damn, I would have brought McDonald's in the 80s. If I would have brought Pepsi when I was a little kid and all this shit. Right now, if you can do that right now and turn up in this industry with your own brand or piggyback. You know, like I said, we got EmeraldEssentialsNYC.com that we do investments around the whole globe where we're dealing with the cannabis industry from the farms to labs. I didn't bring no extracts out right now, but we got our own extract line from everything, A to Z, from the live resin all the way to hash, crumble, distillate, and everything we in-house.
He's getting deep. He's getting that's some deep.
Yeah,
deep
we
stuff
all the way
right
in
there.
it. Yeah, like I literally been in the labs for years and years, mastering my craft to the point that I'll be able to have help from professionals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my boy Aaron too. He's a lab tech. And shout out to my man Mike in Humboldt County. Y'all know what it is.
Shout out to all the lab techs putting it together. Rest OG in the building. I love how, like we were saying, sports and music, you know, at one point always came together. Now this whole, you know, marijuana industry and hip hop has come together, and you're doing it the best way you could. Taking the music, making these records, these freestyles, straight commercials for the brand. Like, and it looks like you're having fun with it too. It don't look like you're stressing or trying too hard or killing yourself doing it. It's like, yo, I'm just having fun with it.
Nah, definitely. That's how I'm trying to go at it with the music, man, just to have fun. And honestly, I'm a little older right now, and I also did it to tell the youth and the younger boys around that you don't got to be 18, 19. You could be going in your 30s also. You can do it.
Right.
I had mad people tell me, yo, you bugging out. Yo, bro, in less than 6 months, I'm right here talking to Drewski.
Right.
You can do it too. Don't let that age fool you. It's all a number. It's all about your hustle and your ambition, and you got to go hard. So I also said when I push my music forward, I also want the youth to know, like, yo, bro, this is all possible. I don't look at myself like a rapper. I'm a businessman. I got over 12 LLCs.
Right.
But I know how to make money, and if I see something that I can make it work, I'm going to make it work.
And with that being said, we might as well introduce the record with you and Sheik Luch. Let's get it on. Go ahead. Tell them what we about to play.
Rest All G, Sheik Luch, you know me. Let's go.
The Movement, DJ Drewski, High 97. We out.